Good morning. It's Friday, January 13th. In the last week or 10 days, we've been hearing lots of rumors about prices swirling around about particular seafood commodities. And this is inevitable if you talk to people who are in the day-to-day business of selling these products. But I noticed that the volatility that this can instill in pricing is probably not a good thing for the industry. A few years ago, a lot of what was happening driving various seafood prices was a lot less public than it is today. The rise of the internet, the ability to look at markets around the world, the ubiquity of news services like our own and others, all means that people can be very much more informed about market forces pushing or affecting prices than they could be in the past. And so sometimes the sort of day-to-day changes that might take place might overwhelm or get in the way of a sense of what the real larger factors are. And in this sense, I think it's important to look at our reporting the last couple of days on crab and shrimp. In our view, it's not the day-to-day factors that are so important, but rather the macro trends that are going to help set the stage for pricing for seafood products for this year. Some of those macro trends in shrimp, of course, are projected increases in Asian supply. We've been following this closely, and that is matched by increases in demand, both in the US, the EU, and in China. How that's going to affect prices is a total unknown at this point, because that's going to depend on whether there's enough demand and interest in shrimp to absorb the new production at something close to current price levels where they've been the last 5 or 6 months. Another issue here is snow crab. The snow crab market in the last couple of years has been heavily driven by Japanese interest. And so, of course, from our point of view, one of the main things that is important to keep in mind is whether that Japanese interest is continuing or not. And again, our reporting here has been dominated by what's happened at the end-of-year sales in Japan, whether that's a positive or negative, whether we see any signs of snow crab inventories building up in Japan or not. And these are the things that are going to drive sort of the long-term market factors. There have been rumors of high snow crab inventories rushing around the industry one week, and then the next week we see rumors that those inventories aren't even there. A lot of seafood commodities are subject to attempts at market manipulation, where there are people who have reasons to put out these rumors, and I think it's very important that when you hear something, a major shift that's going on all of a sudden, ask yourself who is benefiting and who is hurt by that report. And that'll help you a lot more to understand what's happening. In Lexington, Mass., this is John Sackton.